In a strategic interaction, one choice can produce a higher expected payoff than another, regardless of what the opponent does. This is the condition for risk dominance. But the strategy that wins in expectation against all opponents may destroy the wealth path that finances the game. Dominance is solved in the payoff matrix. Survival is solved in the dynamics of the wealth trajectory. These two problems have different state spaces and different solutions. A two-player game assigns payoff values to each pair of strategy choices. The risk-dominant strategy maximizes expected payoff when the opponent's action is uniformly uncertain. It is identified by comparing weighted averages across each row of the payoff matrix. This procedure identifies a preferred strategy under opponent uncertainty. It does not identify whether the payoffs are compatible with the wealth dynamics of the player. The payoff matrix is silent on the absorption barrier. A survival feasibility constraint is a condition on the wealth path, not the expected payoff. It requires that wealth stays strictly above zero on every realized path. A strategy can have high expected payoff while also having high variance in outcomes. High variance means some paths cross the absorption barrier. The fraction of paths that cross determines survival and feasibility. A risk-dominant strategy may lie outside the survival feasibility set. The payoff matrix produces a ranking of strategies by expected performance. The wealth trajectory produces a ranking of strategies by pathwise survival probability. A strategy that ranks first by expected payoff can rank last by survival probability. A strategy that ranks last by expected payoff can rank first by survival probability. These two rankings are derived from different mathematical objects. Neither ranking implies or constrains the other. When the risk-dominant strategy is played repeatedly with finite resources, each round produces a draw from the payoff distribution. Some draws are positive and accumulate. Some draws are large enough losses to push the wealth path below the absorption barrier. The risk-dominant strategy offers no protection against these tail events. The ensemble expectation is upheld by the paths that survive. The absorption barrier permanently ends the paths that do not. Risk dominance is an ordinal property of the payoff matrix. It ranks strategies by expected performance under opponent uncertainty. Survival feasibility is a constraint on wealth paths. It filters strategies by pathwise ruin probability. These two properties live in different mathematical spaces. A strategy can be risk dominant and survival infeasible. A strategy can be survival feasible and risk dominated. Survival constraints must be imposed as hard constraints before any payoff optimization begins.